Rain poured down on the streets of Manhattan like 1,000 tiny hammers. Claire Donovan, CEO of one of New York's most prestigious fashion tech firms, stepped out of her black car, stilettos clicking against the slick sidewalk. She held her leather bag tight and her umbrella tighter, but fate wasn't interested in her corporate poise today. Halfway to the building, her heel snapped. She stumbled, nearly falling, before steadying herself against a lamppost. Cursing under her breath, she looked around. No one seemed to notice, except one man. He wore a janitor's uniform. He stood beneath the awning of the building, mop in hand, but his eyes locked onto hers with startling intensity. Something about his face, even under the shadow of his cab, made her chest tighten. He approached slowly, unbothered by the downpour. "Miss, you're limping. May I help?" Claire was too proud to say yes, but the pain in her ankle and the impossible day ahead of her made her nod. "You carry a toolkit?" she asked. He gave a small smile. "Always." He knelt down, taking her broken heel in his hands. His touch was gentle but practiced. Claire watched him work, biting her lip. Water dripped from her umbrella onto his back. "You're good at this," she murmured. He looked up, and that's when she gasped. 10 years disappeared in an instant. "Eli," the man blinked, then smiled. "Hello, Claire." "It's been a while." Claire could barely breathe. Memories slammed into her like thunder: college hallways, laughter in sunlit libraries, late-night dreams whispered under stars. Eli had vanished without a trace a decade ago, leaving only heartbreak and questions. Now here he was, fixing her heel on a rainy Manhattan sidewalk. "What are you doing here?" she demanded, voice trembling. Eli's eyes softened. "I work here now, maintenance." "It's a long story." Claire stared. Her brain struggled to reconcile the clean-cut, ambitious boy she once knew with the janitor kneeling at her feet. "We should talk," she whispered. Eli nodded. "Meet me on the roof after work, please." Claire hesitated, but the curiosity burning in her chest was impossible to ignore. She agreed. He stood, handed her back the mended heel, and disappeared into the building, leaving Claire stunned and drenched in rain and memories. Claire spent the entire day distracted, barely hearing her team during meetings. The clock moved impossibly slow. When evening finally fell, she climbed the stairs to the rooftop, her heart hammering in her chest. Rain still drizzled over the city, the skyline aglow with neon lights. Eli was already there, leaning on the railing, watching the traffic far below. "You came," he said, turning to her with that familiar half-smile. Claire crossed her arms. "Start talking." Eli exhaled. "After graduation, I got in trouble. My dad's business collapsed. Debts. I couldn't stay in the city. I disappeared to protect you." Claire's eyes stung. "Protect me? You left me without a word." "Eli, I know. I regret it every day." He stepped closer. "I thought if I came back, I'd be someone you could respect. Instead, I'm a janitor." Claire searched his face. The rain fell between them, glittering in the city lights. Part of her wanted to scream, another part wanted to wrap him in her arms. "Don't you dare decide for me who I should respect," she said softly. Eli blinked, as if surprised. "I want to know everything," Claire said. "No more secrets." Eli nodded. "Then let me tell you the whole story." Eli took a deep breath. "After my dad's company collapsed, some dangerous people came looking for money. I owed them too, for trying to save his business. It got ugly. I had to disappear. I worked odd jobs in small towns, keeping low." Claire felt her throat tighten. "Why didn't you tell me any of this?" "I couldn't drag you into my mess," Eli said. "You were on your way to greatness." "Eli, I was in love with you. You left me shattered." "I know," his voice cracked. "Every day I wanted to come back. I thought if I could rebuild my life, I'd be worthy of you again." Claire blinked back tears. "And now?" "Now I realized it doesn't matter how much money I have. I missed you, Claire. I missed us." Claire felt torn between anger and longing. Her mind screamed that she should walk away, but her heart, it still remembered every moment with Eli. "I don't know what to say," she whispered. Eli touched her hand lightly. "Just don't leave yet. Let me prove who I am now." Claire looked into his eyes, rain running down her cheeks. Part of her wanted to flee, but another part wanted to stay and listen. Claire took a deep breath. "Prove it how, Eli?" He hesitated. "I've been working on a small tech idea on the side. An app for logistics tracking. I know you run a fashion tech firm. Let me show you what I've built. Maybe it's useful for your business." Claire stared at him. "Are you pitching me a business proposal right now?" Eli chuckled. "Partly, but it's also my way of showing you who I've become." "I'm not running anymore." Claire studied him. The rain continued to fall, but she barely noticed it now. "Fine. Tomorrow, come to my office. 9 a.m., Eli's eyes widened. You'd really let me in? Consider it an interview, Claire said firmly. Professional, don't expect anything else. Eli nodded, fair enough. They stood silently, rain dripping from the rooftop ledge. 1,000 emotions churned inside Claire, but one thing was certain, Eli was back and the past was about to collide with her carefully built present. The next morning, Eli arrived promptly at Claire's office. He wore a crisp shirt, nervous but determined. Claire led him into the conference room. Eli set up his laptop and launched into his pitch. His app used smart algorithms to track shipping routes and optimize delivery schedules, a perfect fit for Claire's fashion tech supply chain. As he spoke, Claire found herself torn between evaluating the business and stealing glances at the man she'd once loved. When Eli finished, he waited, breath held. Claire leaned back, silent, weighing both the deal and their history. Claire tapped her pen on the table. It's impressive, Eli, you've clearly worked hard. But you're asking me to mix business with our past, that's risky. Eli lowered his gaze. I know, but this isn't about us, Claire. The app could genuinely help you cut costs and improve operations. I'd never put your business at risk, Claire sighed. Memories of heartbreak battled with the reality of Eli's potential value to her company. I'll have my team test the prototype, she finally said. If it performs, we'll talk partnerships. But that's as far as this goes, understand? Eli nodded, understood. Thank you, Claire, for giving me the chance. As he packed up his laptop, Claire felt an unexpected warmth in her chest and a lingering fear that letting Eli back into her professional world might unravel everything she'd built. The following week, Claire's tech team dove into testing Eli's app. Results were promising, saving time and costs. Meanwhile, rumors swirled through the office about the mysterious janitor visiting the CEO. One evening, Claire stayed late to review data and found Eli cleaning the executive hallway. She pulled him aside. We need to talk. Eli followed her into her office. Claire closed the door. Your code is clean, efficient, but there's a signature in the framework matching software from one of my biggest competitors. How do you explain that? Eli froze. Because I used to work for them, Claire. Before I became a janitor. Claire's eyes widened. Eli, are you telling me you were behind their logistics software all this time? Eli nodded slowly. I wrote half their system before I disappeared. It's mine as much as theirs. Claire stared at him, torn between awe and alarm. The stakes were higher than she'd ever imagined. Claire paced her office, mind spinning. If you wrote that code, Eli, you're sitting on intellectual property disputes that could drag my company into legal war. Eli swallowed. I know, but I also know how to improve the software. And how to avoid any infringements. I want to help you, not harm you. Claire folded her arms. This is bigger than you and me. If word gets out, my investors will panic. And your old employers might come after you, or me. Eli stepped closer. I'm willing to sign over all my rights to the new version of the app. Let me stay and finish it for you, for your company. Claire searched his eyes. Part of her wanted to believe him. But another part whispered that trusting Eli again could cost her everything. The silence in the room grew heavy as she weighed her next move. Claire finally spoke. All right, Eli, I'll give you a chance, but we do this my way. I want everything documented and my legal team involved. We protect the company first. Eli nodded, relief flooding his features. That's fair, thank you, Claire. Claire took a deep breath. And one more thing, no secrets. If there's anything else from your past I need to know, tell me now. Eli held her gaze. There's nothing else. I swear. Claire extended her hand. Slowly, Eli took it. The deal was made, but as they shook hands, both knew the real tests were yet to come. Over the next 2 weeks, Claire's legal and tech teams worked side by side with Eli. Together they redesigned the app's code, removing any proprietary traces from his old company. Late nights blurred into dawn as Claire found herself growing unexpectedly comfortable around Eli, yet each moment of laughter came with an edge of caution. One evening, as they finished testing the latest build, Eli turned to Claire. I missed this, solving problems together. Claire tried to smile, but her mind was churning. Could she truly trust him this time, or was she building her future on a foundation that might crumble all over again? Finally, the day arrived to present the new app to Claire's board. Claire and Eli stood side by side in the conference room as executives filed in. Claire introduced Eli formally and explained his role. Eli took over, demonstrating the app's sleek interface and powerful analytics. Murmurs of approval spread around the table. When he finished, Claire's CFO leaned forward. This could save us millions. But we need assurances the code is clean. Claire nodded firmly. It's clean, and it's ours. As the meeting broke up, Claire caught Eli's eye. For the first time in weeks, she allowed herself to feel hope. Maybe, just maybe, they were building something real both in business and beyond. The board unanimously approved the integration of Eli's app. Contracts were signed and the company prepared for launch. Late one evening, Claire and Eli stood on the rooftop, city lights glittering below. Claire said softly, 10 years ago, I thought I lost everything. But maybe we just needed time to find our way back. Eli smiled, reaching for her hand. And now, we build something better together. As the wind rustled her hair, Claire realized this wasn't just a business victory, it was a second chance at love, trust, and a future she'd stopped daring to imagine. 6 months later, Claire's company went public, soaring in value thanks to the new app. Investors praised her vision and innovation. As she stood on stage ringing the stock market bell, Claire glanced into the crowd and found Eli smiling up at her. Afterward, they slipped away to a quiet cafe, laughter mingling with memories. Though the journey had been rocky, Claire realized that sometimes second chances led to even greater success. And this time, she and Eli were ready to face the future together.